it's been like 20 minutes already.
Ever since the explosion of popularity in GTA roleplays, we've started to see people making their own roleplay maps in places like Roblox and Fortnite. However, unlike Roblox or GTA, Fortnite RPs are actually pretty weird from their content and the way that people roleplay in these maps. Everything is just, well, weird. And today I'm going to be talking about the problems with Fortnite RPs and even how we can fix them. But before we get any further with this video, please make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you enjoy this type of content. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the video. One of the biggest problems with Fortnite RPs, well, it's the content. If you go on YouTube right now and search up Fortnite RP, you'll find one of two types of content. Or, well, actually one of three. You'll either find somebody who made a video on a map that has good quality buildings and looks good, and that you can actually play in with cool mechanics. However, the video will probably suck, and the content creator wouldn't have actually made a video, rather just a quiet video recording of him playing the map without really RPing in general, which is, doesn't help the RP community and its content. You can also go ahead and find some pretty weird videos of people, well, having sexual titles and just being weirdos in Fortnite with Chun-Li and, characters that they call so quote-unquote thick and things like that. And last but not least, you are also going to find a lot of people that make RP videos that are scripted, meaning that their maps that are using are not actually playable. And what I mean by not actually playable is that when you enter to these maps, there's not actually anything to do besides walking around and just checking everything that there is and, appreciating the cool art because the maps look good, but there's nothing to do in them, making them, useless for RPing. And, well, when it comes to these content creators like Viper Nate, well, it makes so the RP community for Fortnite just lacks in, well, entertainment, because while the RPs might be good and the videos might be good, there's no way for anyone to actually have fun and play the game because, well, again, there's no mechanics in these maps. And I'm not throwing shade at Viper Nate. He's a great YouTuber and a great creator. I just wish that the Fortnite community RP content wasn't so cringe. Another problem that I see, unfortunately, too much on Fortnite maps or Fortnite RP maps is that, well, there's a problem with control. If you ever played GTA RP on 5M or any Roblox RPs, you've probably 10 out of 10 times had to have joined a Discord server or maybe do a whitelisted application to be able to play these servers. And this is actually a very good thing because it allows for people to control who and who isn't able to play their game. Now, for Fortnite, obviously it doesn't have this, so people are left having to make codes and things like that. Now, the problem with these is that, well, they're not very good. And the reason why they're not very good is because they most of the time require somebody who has access to those codes to be in those maps with you, not allowing other players to enter the game whenever they want, which just, makes players not play your game. And this actually affects Fortnite RP maps that have mechanics because, while they can be good, they're not playable unless you have an admin there present. And let's be honest, there's not too many admins for these Fortnite RP servers maps. Now, last but not least, one of the biggest problems with Fortnite RP maps as well, the maps themselves. And you might be asking why. Well, let me explain. These maps are inconsistent. It feels inconsistent because you will run into either one of these three situations. Either the map will look beautiful and it will be built beautifully, but it will have no RP mechanics and it's basically just a map for show and walking around. Or you could also, vice versa, run into a map that has great RP mechanics, looks great, and cool features, but people treat it like a death match. Or you could also run into one that has great mechanics, looks like shit, and no one really cares about RPing in it. Which, to be honest, kind of defeats the whole point of RP maps, because no one's RPing in it. They're more like using it for deathmatch. These type of problems actually are what ruin the Fortnite RP community, and well, they make it so it's not enjoyable, and people move on to other games like Roblox or GTA RP to have the RP experience. Before I go on and explain how we can fix all these problems, let me just remind you real quick that the reason why a lot of us, or a lot of creators, make RP maps like this is because they're trying to give you or bring you the RP experience from GTA RP over to Fortnite. That way, all the 13-year-olds that are begging their moms to buy GTA RP or GTA, don't have to do that and can experience that same experience in Fortnite, which honestly sounds quite fun as well, because it would be a game in another game, and you don't have to spend as much storage from your computer to be able to play this. And also, people on console can experience the GTA RP 5M experience, so being able to do that in Fortnite will be a huge help. Anyway, enough ranting of that. Let's go on and let me explain to you how we could fix these issues in the future. To be able to fix the content that is, well, put out there about Fortnite RP, well, the very first thing that we would need to fix is actually trying to make maps and RP maps that, well, simulate the experience from GTA 5M. Why? Well, because this type of experience, if it's able to be reproduced in Fortnite, well, guess what? People will actually make videos on that type of RP instead of having to resort to weird, cringy videos that are either planned or just weird with, sexual titles in them. Now, that's just an easy, really, really easy fix that, well, kind of goes together with everything else I'm about to explain, because the content is really pretty much the result out of all these things coming together. So why don't we just skip this part, go ahead and talk about all the other problems that we need to fix, because at the end of the day, this is going to be the result of all those other problems being fixed. So let's go ahead and do it. Now, fixing the control issue on the Fortnite RP maps is actually something pretty simple. Here's what you're going to want to do. When someone joins in your RP map, make an island, like a lobby or whatever. Then make like a door or portal where you have to put in a certain code. What you're going to do is you're going to put in a Discord. You have to make a Discord for that specific map. Put the name of that Discord in your map, and so people could join. After you choose who you want and who you don't want to be able to play that map, all you have to do is go ahead and give the people who you want to play the map the code, and once they have the code, all they have to do is put it in, and they get to go past the portal to the map and enjoy the RP. For the people that don't, they're just going to be stuck on the island, get bored, and eventually leave the game, which is already not going to affect you. And that's just an easy way to fix the problem of being able to have control over who plays and who doesn't play your map, which is actually something that the servers that I'm about to put on screen right now do pretty well. These maps do exactly that. They put you in a Discord where you have to either apply, whitelist, or just join it to be able to have a code or a way to join in these maps, because if not, well, they won't have control over it, obviously. So anyway, this is something they do very well, and that I don't play myself because, well, they are in French, which is why I'm making this video, because I'm trying to make it so people who are not from France and are, from the NA West and things like that actually do these same things, so we could take advantage of the potential of Creative 2.0 and make Fortnite RP an actual good RP experience for other players wanting to experience the GTA experience in Fortnite. Now, last but not least, how can we fix the RP problem in the Fortnite maps? Well, simple. Since now you will be able to have control over who gets to play and who doesn't get to play, if someone breaks the rules that you made for that RP map, you'll simply change the code and ban them from your Discord server. That way they cannot play the game any longer, and you still keep control over who is playing the game and who is not playing your map. And the other ones, the other parts that we need to fix are actually simple, because they're just about not being lazy. For content, well, find interesting things to do. Find a way to make jail cells. Find a way to make drug cells, or just dealerships where you can buy a car in, or jobs, things like that. And for the aesthetics looks of things, well, in that sense, just also don't be lazy. Take your time when you're making the maps. Make sure they look good. Make sure that you get other people's opinions about it. These type of simple things could actually take the Fortnite RP community from being cringe and just weird to actually decent, and well, having the opportunity to actually RP at a level where you get to experience the GTA and 5M, kind of game in Fortnite. So that way people could actually enjoy the game a little better than they do now with these horrible RPs that we currently have. Now, that was it for today's video. However, I just want to make it very clear that before the video ends, I wasn't throwing shade at ViperNade. I absolutely love that he does this type of content. I just wish that it was, actually type of 5M content where you actually RP instead of having it, be done cringely and, a little weird. But overall, I'm not throwing shade on anybody, just trying to show you guys that it is possible to have a good RP experience of Fortnite if some creator out there just did those things that I mentioned on the video. Now, that will be the end again for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry if my voice was a little shaky and if I stuttered a little bit throughout the video. I've not really done a voiceover and I usually get pretty stressed about them. But yeah, anyway, that's it. That's a wrap for the videos and for the video. I'm sorry, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.